at BigDumbFunShow.com. If you have music like the band we just played, Making Movies, or the band we played before that, Prospect Hill, with their single Come Alive, send us your best radio-friendly MP3 to info@BigDumbFunShow.com. We'll give it a listen, and maybe we'll play it on the air.
Tony Treehole going to hit the sack. Tony, thanks for stopping by the chat room tonight and chatting us up. He did remind me that Weird Al Yankovic is playing just a couple of yards away over at the Uptown Theater, very close to us, and I've yet to see Weird Al in concert. I got to do it. I got to do it very soon. It's something me and my sister have wanted to do. You had no idea who Weird Al was until tonight.
You haven't seen him in concert.
That makes me sick. When I was growing up, it was all about Weird Al Yankovic.
See, I have stories about Weird Al.
Now, tell me a story about Weird Al.
Well, I can tell you Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic makes parody songs. Like you'll have a regular song like Lump, you know, and then he'll turn that into Gump, like about Forrest Gump, right? So he's like the king of parody. And everyone does it nowadays. But he was like the king of parody songs. It started off when he was on the Dr. Demento show, and he, with a couple of bongos in his radio studio, he sang, instead of Another One Bites the Dust, right? He did Another One Rides the Bus. And it was, it's just kind of stupid stuff like that. And he's just got this warped, weird, you should, yeah, instead of riding dirty, this is white and nerdy.
White and nerdy. White and nerdy.
Have you heard this?
You guys have played it.
All right. So I know you have no time to do anything, but I would highly recommend you rent the video UHF.
Can you give me this homework next week, please? You are not allowed to give me any homework or tell me what to do until next week.
These guys, the best part about UHF, it's a very, very funny movie.
Next week.
All right, I'll hold on to this for next one.
Because right now I can't even speak English.
English? UHF was funny. There's at one point in time in the movie.
Oh my gosh, you were so excited about
these ninjas hop out of a supplies closet.
And do they go, hiya?
No, they go, supplies! Get it? They're saying supplies as if you would say surprise, and they're hopping out of a supplies. That's just a warped mind. Oh man, this hit it big too.
The valley where I harvest my grain, I take a look at my wife and realize she's very plain.
Great.
But that's just perfect for an Amish like me. You know I shun
so they
fancy
probably don't
things
say
like
Gangster's
electricity.
Paradise.
Yeah.
At 4:30 in the morning, I'm milking cows. Jebediah feeds the chickens and Jacob plows.
Fool.
And I've been milking.
So he's got a bunch, and every album that he does is always a comeback album. But he does hit controversy every once in a while because Coolio didn't sign off on that originally,
and he was not having it.
Yeah, but every time I hear a song after I've heard Weird Al, I only think of Weird Al. Like he did Dare to Be Stupid. I really, it disgusts me that you've lived in this country for how long? Oh, your entire life.
Yeah.
And
he's not actually from India.
And you do not know who Weird Al is. Is this true with all the Indians? Are they not a fan of Weird Al? Does he not cross that demographic?
I was very sheltered, okay?
Yeah, I believe that. Is this Like a Surgeon? Oh, man. After Madonna came out with Like a Virgin.
No.
What's this? Speed It?
This is Eat It.
Eat It. Yes. Oh, he had tons of food. Just take an egg and beat it.
Just eat it.
Lasagna. He's got an whole album of just food. It's good stuff. Yeah, like the guy is an amazing. But Lady Gaga came out, right? I forget. It's Perform This Way, right? She came out with the song I Was Born This Way. He came out with I Perform This Way. Well, Gaga wouldn't sign off on the song. So without hearing it first. So he did the entire thing. You know how expensive that is? To go through the entire production and the whole process? He does all of this, sends it over to Gaga's people. Gaga likes it, but management does not. Somehow, wires are crossed, and it's released. And then they got pissed. Like, they got very upset that Weird Al released I Perform This Way, and then eventually Gaga's like, no, I'm cool with that. That's chill. In fact, the great Kurt Cobain, he was in a little band. I don't know if you called Nirvana. He said that he did not know that he had made it. He did not think that he had made it as a musical career until Weird Al
to his song.
Covered Nirvana's song.
That is so cool. I can't wait to learn
But this guy
so
is the-
much about
This
it.
guy's the godfather
tell.
of parody song. I know. You hate it, but I'm totally geeking out over
I
here.
don't hate it. I just can't believe how into it you are. You're like,
Oh, totally. Most of these songs, and he does original songs, and those original songs are amazing, too. Like, those were the good old days, Gnurk. Those were the good old days. He talks, like, the song starts so nice, and then he ends up, like, tying people to chairs and burning off hair. And what's your story about Weird Al, though, Gnurk? I want to get into that. Oh, and he plays the accordion as well.
maybe he can show up at my wedding and play the accordion.
You know what? He would not show up at your wedding because you have no idea who the hell the
Weird
guy is.
Al, I just learned about you.
I love you, Weird Al.
Can you please show up at my wedding with your accordion?
Gnurk, please tell me before we run out of time what your Weird Al song
My
is.
Weird Al story.
Can't read mine, no, he can't read my
Poker face.
She's got to love nobody. Can't read
How can you not love this, Rita?
Can't read my poker face.
I love it. I
Break it up.
love it. Just kidding.
I don't really think she loves it.
I don't think she loves it at all.
So there I was with Elliot.
My love.
You and Elliot.
We had to drive down to Wichita so he could open for Weird Al at the Cotillion.
Nice.
So it's a great gig. I just hanging out. We never actually met Weird Al that night.
This is an awful story.
This is an almost met Weird Al story. But what's hilarious was Elliot goes up on stage and he's doing his comedy, and like the road manager comes out and whispers in his ear, "Keep it clean."
Yeah, because Weird
Well,
Al is
he was
totally
like-
clean.
Yeah, and there's like kids and parents, all that in the theater, right?
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. Well, I met Weird Al. Another guy that I know, another comedian, was opening for him at the Starlight Theater, and so we were there at the Starlight. I'm hanging out backstage, get to watch Weird Al's show for free and everything. Then they have like this line of people going back to the dressing room to meet Weird Al.
Was he banging him back there, or what's
No. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if you not when I got
I didn't know
there.
exactly
This is a
how.
clean
So I got in line.
I know it's a clean show.
I'm in line with everybody else, and we're making our way. We get, like in groups of 5. They let us into the dressing room area, and we walk up and we wait while other people, "Hey, Weird Al, I love your stuff." Da 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 da. And we're behind these hot girls, and
Hot girls do not like Weird Al Yankovic.
so these girls are like, "Hey, we want a picture with Weird Al," and I'm like, "Well, here, let me take that picture." So take their camera, and I'm taking a couple pictures with them.
That's
Not with them like I get in the picture with Weird Al. And then
he pushes the
girls out of the
go
way.
button.
And then the guy
Weird Al,
birthday free.
The funnier story would be if Weird Al took a picture of you with the girls.
No, and then I take a picture with Weird Al, but I had on under my black, because I always wear a black shirt.
Yeah.
Underneath that, I had a T-shirt on that was my Stand Up for Cerebral Palsy shirt, and I'm like, "Hold on, Weird Al, let me unbutton my shirt.
Let me take this shirt off.
Yeah, and so there's this picture of me and Weird Al, and he's just looking at me like with the weirdest, like this guy is just a freak.
Do you have the picture?
Not anymore. I have it somewhere.
Oh, come on.
We should.
And then the second time was at the Uptown Theater.
Cool.
Big thanks to our guests tonight. You know and love them from the city market, but they are eventually they're gonna take the place by storm. They're circling the wagons, folks. The
they
Runnin'
did really
Tumbler
well.
brothers did a
Did
great job tonight. Remember, they're on the SoundCloud, and you can find their website via our Facebook account. They sang Lighthouse in the Country and Borderline tonight live as a Big Dumb Fun Show exclusive performance in the Acoustic Zone, and we appreciate that. Next week, we got a lot of great guests lined up. You want to make sure that you do not miss it. Tell all your friends, neighbors, even your enemies to tune into the Big Dumb Fun Show next week. We started off live at 7 p.m. Central Time on Monday night, as we do week after week after week. Rina's getting married this week, folks. She is going to be a married woman next week. You still going to be on the show?
Not Monday.
Not on Monday, the day after, the week after?
The week after.
All right, so
Unless
have
my
fun at your
husband
wedding.
tells me I can't come on the show anymore.
Oh, you know things are going to
Yeah,
change.
things will change. Until next week, we
We'll
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya.
Tyler lets me.